Welcome to the Logistics Point interviews. I'm Nick Bougil, the editor of the Logistics Point. Today I'm joined by Julian Fisher, the CEO and founder of Jisp, a technology company that is helping retailers get into the digital age, as well as Stephen Beck, the managing director of Marin's UK and Ireland, a company that is looking specifically at the point of sale. Today we're talking about point of sale, a very important topic for retailers. First question is for Stephen. Looking at the pandemic and during the last year and a half, how do you think that COVID has changed the point of sale experience both for the customer as well as the retailer?
The pandemic has obviously changed the way in which consumers interact with point of sale. So consumers want to be safer when when in a retail environment. So anything that provides an experience which allows consumers to have a contactless experience with brands, find out about brands in a safe environment, a digital environment, I think is to be encouraged.
And Julian, if we come to you, what are the benefits of digital point of sale and what are the challenges that it's?
Of course, we're all walking around with mobile devices. So our consumption of information, online digital information, is considerable. So when you are as a customer, as a consumer, walking into any establishment, into a shop or anywhere, the information that you are seeking, whether it is from printed material, whether it's off a product, is the traditional method. But today we consume information faster, quicker, more convenient through our mobile phones. So the idea is simply to join the dots of presenting information that I'm used to consuming via my mobile, but now in a way directly off the device, the point of sale, which then can give me the information I'm looking for. But for us, as companies that are looking to reach and connect with the consumer, with the customer, it gives us that direct communication straight away. Gives us that ability to communicate with the consumer.
If we look at the whole retail sector, what are the benefits for manufacturers and brands, and how do you manage to make them work together?
The brands, the manufacturers are benefiting, I think, in two main ways. The first one is that traditionally they find it very, very difficult to understand who is buying their product in the convenience sector. They don't have the loyalty schemes and the hands-on approach that they do in the major malls. There are literally thousands and thousands of convenience sector stores around the UK. So having a field sales team big enough to get around every single store and find out who's buying what and how their promotions are performing is virtually impossible. So being able to understand not only who is buying your product, but the behavior of the consumer when they're buying the product. So what time of day of week, physical location that they're buying the product is absolutely crucial for brands to understand what's going on in the convenience sector. And the second big advantage is that, and everybody in the retail sector and the brand sector will understand this as a huge challenge, is that traditionally a lot of point of sale material is wasted, unfortunately. By the time it gets to the retailer, a lot of point of sale displays are not actually put up at all, or if they are put up incorrectly, perhaps in the wrong place. So being able to have a point of sale display that's measurable with a dynamic QR code on it allows us to tell the brands these retailers have successfully and correctly complied with your trade marketing promotion, your trade marketing incentive.
Yeah, so it's the gathering of data. Yes, the brands of course want to have their product sold, and they'll get the information directly from the retailer of the number of products that have been sold. But identifying when, where, who potentially purchased the product is something which is typically not available in any other form. So under GDPR compliant regulations, there is an amount of data that is accessible, anonymizing the data so that no information is exchanged that shouldn't be passed on. But again, going to your point, Stephen, the compliance is obviously a very important aspect. Brands are spending a considerable amount of money, not just on the promotion, but on everything that supports the promotion. And given that these promotions are flowing in and out of these stores all the time, having the data they really need to understand when these are actually out and how they're performing, because in fact even the location can matter in the store, of course, where they're located. So an enormous amount of data can now suddenly become available to the brands, data that up until DPOS was just not available. So this is what we're delivering, and it becomes available to them immediately it's deployed. That's the phenomenal thing about it. It is digital, so therefore the data can become available almost immediately.
The Jisp and Marins are doing together. How are you going to bring the collaboration forward, and what are the plans moving from where we are now?
Is to continue developing opportunities to expand on the ideas of how brands can promote their products through DPOS. You've got the printing and the availability of the digital solution available on the actual point of sale itself, but then beyond that, you've got a phenomenal amount of opportunity in how you deliver that information to the consumer. It's not just about delivering a page or just delivering an offer. Digital offers them all kinds of opportunities in social engagement, in competitions. So there's an enormous amount of opportunity for brands to actually communicate much more than just this is the product. They can actually talk about the corporate responsibility side of things. So we've actually been introduced into providing that as a solution, which then allows the consumer to understand much more what is it that they're buying, what are they buying into. So yeah, that's a very important aspect for DPOS.
Yeah. Another key advantage of DPOS that I think we'll be trying to benefit from here is the sustainability question. All of Marin's point of sale displays that we're using to marry up the Jisp platform with the physical point of sale are 100% recyclable and are created from 100% recyclable substrate. And the fact that we're creating a digital environment, a paperless environment for the consumer to engage with the brand, it further enhances that sustainable concept.
Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. You can learn more about this video in the description down below. You can also subscribe to our newsletter and digital monthly magazine below.